Where is the Northeast Florida housing market headed in 2024? I've got the answers, and I'm going to look back at predictions I made this time last year about the 2023 market. Mike Rolewicz here, 904 Home Guide team with the XP Realty in Jacksonville Beach, Florida. Going to look at what happened in December in our market and look at what happened in all of 2023, and we're going to start to see, did what I said last year age well? Screenshot right here suggests that it did. This time last year, I predicted three things. Number one, prices in Northeast Florida were going to rise 3 to 6% for the year. About to share a graphic, depending which data we pull. If I pull just Duval, St. Johns County, up 3.4% from December of last year, almost 10% if we look January of 23 to the end of December of 23, as we took a little dip in January. And if we look at a broader metric, we'll put the graphic up here as well. You'll see our median sales price up 6% year over year, average sales price up 7% year over year. And then if we do that same analysis, January 23 to December of 23, both the median and average price up 9%. How can that be? Interest rates rose. There was a crash. Didn't happen here. My second prediction was that inventory was going to stabilize, not increase or decrease dramatically. And we saw that come true as well. At the end of December, we were sitting on about 3.4 months of supply. Duval and St. Johns counties, where we do most of our business. That number just kind of floated around for the year. May have peaked close to 4, maybe got as low as 3, but our inventory is pretty stable. It's still a seller's market. Sometimes it acts like a buyer's market, depending on the age of we'll say the days on market of a home. My third prediction that I made last year when interest rates were sitting at about 6%, 6.5%, was that 5 to 7 was going to be the new normal, and buyers were going to adjust to that. And by and large, they have, especially now. Buyers going into 2024 do not have these memories of missing out on homes when they were getting quoted rates in the 4s or even the 3s if people were looking for a long time. So 3 for 3 on the predictions last year. We're going to run you through the data in December, what happened, a little bit year over year, a little bit looking sequentially, and then a couple predictions for 2024, what we see happening here based on what the data and the market's telling us. So first thing, if we look at our median sales price, touched on this earlier, Duval, St. Johns County single family homes, December 22 to December 23, up 3.4%, sitting right under 400,000. Slight drop from November. We expect if the seasonal patterns continue, we may see another decline going into January like we did last year. Interesting to note, after that dip we had in January, we had 6 straight months of a run up till about July. Market has just sort of hovered since then, hasn't gone up or gone down real markedly. So compared to November, we were down 0.2%. Inventory, that month supply of inventory is down 5% from November, but up 33% from this time last year. So buyers do have a little bit more choice than they did this time last year. Days on market sitting at 43. It's actually down from December of last year, up a little bit from November. Our active inventory up 20% from December of last year, but down 4% from November. A lot happened with rates this year. Let's touch on that a little bit. So as we were coming into 2023, rates were sitting right around 6.42 end of last year. So around 6.5. Up, down, a little bit of a sawtooth action until March, and then come April through October, only went up. As that trend happened, the gas came off the pedal in our market. So as those interest rates go up, and this is very interesting, make sure you hear this clearly. As rates go up, it does not necessarily mean prices go down. What it did in our market though, transaction counts went down. So this year, 14% fewer homes sold than the prior year. That was a lot driven by interest rates, and I think a lot of that as we got second and third quarter, people were having to, whoa, wait a minute, I can't afford what I thought I could, maybe now I need to hit the brakes. prices did not come down. Prices come down when inventory goes up. And we are still a little bit inventory starved, even though we're more stable than where we were. We do have some submarkets that are still in the 1.5 to 2.5 months of inventory. Those are where we still have multiple offers happening. We have some submarkets where there's a lot of new construction, builders giving incentives where prices are just teetering. They're kind of hanging tight. So time for the predictions for 2024. Price, first thing, I'm predicting we see about 4 to 6% growth this year in Northeast Florida in our median sale price. If we see rates, and this will, I guess, be my second prediction, I think rates will come down a little. I don't think we're going to see threes for a long, long time, if ever again. I think if and when rates start with a 5, I think it's going to unleash a lot of new buyers into our market, and that 4 to 6% appreciation I'm predicting is going to be much closer to 6, if not above it. And as far as inventory goes, we're starting to hear some whispers of some more people that are thinking of selling, that maybe last year would have been a good time and we're just holding off. And I think some of those folks are waiting for rates to come down a little bit, where that new rate might be a little bit closer to the wonderful 3% or even sub 3% rate that some folks have. So I think inventory we're going to see rise a little bit. I don't think we're going to get to a buyer's market defined as 6 or more months of inventory, but I could see some scenarios seasonally as we get into the fall. Maybe if some inventory that comes on in the spring doesn't get flushed out, if rates don't do what people hope, we could see some inventory stack up. And the key now, if you're a seller, price your home right. The longer it sits, 60 days or more, you're going to get less and less of your original list price. So get with a professional like our team. We can help you price your home right, get it ready to sell. So hoping this one ages as well as last year's did. And as always, happy to dive into the data as a student of the market, and have a wonderful 2024.